Good afternoon, students. So, as we are dealing with the first chapter of the second book, here we ended with the call in advance concept. So, we'll proceed with that and see the journal entries regarding the calls in advance. So, as here, call in advance. In the last session, we had a general discussion about it. What this call in advance means. See, whenever we call up the shares, when the subscription is made and the allotment is made, that time the first call, second call will be calling out till the final call. So in that, few of the shareholders pay the amount in advance before they call the first call or second call. Before they call the call to receive the money, they pay, few of the shareholders pay in advance. So now why they are paying the advance and what the advance amount is done? Actually, when we receive the amount, we should not add this advance amount directly to the share capital. It is been kept in the individual accounts of the shareholders only. Why? Because they will be having the individual accounts in the schedule bank. Okay, in that what happens, they will maintain the account separately, but that will be maintained in the liability. In that liability part, how they are going to maintain it, that we are going to see, and what journal entries they pass for this, that we are going to see. Then we will have the problem on the call in advance. See, most probably I will highlight this concept one more time. The amount received in advance is a liability of a company. See, whatever the amount is been received in advance from the shareholders, it is a liability of the company and should be credited in the call in advance account. The amount received will be adjusted towards the payment of the calls as and when they become due. See, most probably what happens, this in the balance sheet format, when we see one side is the asset side, another is a liability side. In this format, we are going to take care and mention this as a liability in this. And now here we are having a journal entry also, how we make it. See, here the journal entry, how we record is bank account data to, it is been told as call in advance account. Call in advance account. So specifically, we make this journal entry in this way. So amount received on call in advance. Here it will be amount received. It is how it is framed. Received on call in advance. This is what the journal entry will be getting here when they pay the amount of calls in advance. Okay, now when we are looking after this journal entry on the call in advance, as we took in the last concept, what we saw, call in arrears, we saw the concept in that, as per the articles framed in the memorandum of association or the articles of association, they may provide you the interest for paying this amount in advance. Okay, so even that we have additional journal entries regarding this. So in the previous we saw the call in arrears were made, but now here we are going to see is call in advance, what we are paying them in advance to the company. Now how they are going to maintain it? The journal entry which has been passed, the bank account data to call in advance account. So this will be the journal entry. But further, I will tell you, on the due date, the amount of call in advance is been adjusted. Whatever the advance is been taken, now you have paid advance. Now 10th September, they are going to make a call. Example, 10th September 2019, they are going to make, or 2020, they are going to make a call, that then this advance will be adjusted here by themselves. How, when they adjust the call, what it will be, the journal entry I will tell you. When they are adjusting this thing, what journal entry will come, we will see here. Then it will be like call in advance account, call in advance account data to particular call account. Particular call account. Now why we are using this particular call account here? Now which amount you have paid in advance, it is for first call or second call, we don't know. If you while allotment, if you are paying the first call and second call in advance only, as you are having the amount, you are paying them in advance only, it may be specifically here taken as an entry as a to first share first call account. In what manner they are going to see, we are taking here. So call in advance is adjusted with the call money due. Call in advance is adjusted as on call due is called. Where it is adjusted? When they make a call due, that time it will be adjusted directly. For this adjustment, call in advance account data to particular call account. It is a first call account or second call account or final call account. Here we will be looking after that. So this is one of the entry. Then further, again we are having further entry on the adjustment. Now adjustment, what adjustment is if we are having a in the articles that we will pay the interest for that. If the interest concept comes, what are the entries will come here? Which entries will be coming here? That we need to see here. So most probably I will tell you the balance in advance, call in advance, the balance, whatever the call in advance what you are having, that account is shown as a separate item under the equity and liability of the company in the balance sheet under the current liabilities. See, whatever the balance you are having, that will be liability part. Liability, under this liability, under the balance sheet, left side of the liability, what you are going to maintain is equity and liability. Here you will be saying that under this below, under subheading also you may call, or directly you may say that current liabilities. In under this current liabilities, what we maintain. See, as I told you all, whatever the amount you will be giving them, it is a liability for the company. If you are paying them in advance, it will be a liability for the company. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. So in the balance sheet part, in the liability side, under the heading of equity and liability, it may be the current liability, or else again subheading subtitle also you can give other current liabilities. You can say that other. See, in the balance sheet you may have this other current liabilities also, you can say in this way. So it depends how you are going to give them, or else even we are having it is not added to paid up capital directly. This amount is not shifted to share capital. यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली हम लोग शेयर कैपिटल को अमाउंट ट्रांसफर नहीं करने वाले, क्योंकि जब वो कॉल होगा तभी यहाँ पर हम लोग यहाँ पर शेयर कॉल्स में लेंगे, एडजस्ट करेंगे, उसके बाद वो जाएगा शेयर कैपिटल. These all things has to be known first. After that, it comes to the interest part. See, let's see the interest part also in this concept we are having here. See, as call in advance is a liability of the company, it is under obligations if provided by the articles to pay the interest in such amount on the date of its receipt up to the date when the appropriate call is due for payment. Now, as we are saying that it is what 10th September 2020 has told. Now the next call has to be made on 20th October 2020. Now this time period, the time gap, simply receiving this whole money, whatever shares he has purchased, receiving this as a liability and maintaining in the accounts. Now this amount has to be paid certain amount or no. Certain amount with interest. Interest should be paid to this amount or no. When we pay that interest on this, what entries we can pass here, that we are going to see. So for this time gap, now certain articles which are been framed by the statutory boards, now in that articles, what we come to know is, if you are paying in advance, pay them the interest. If you are delaying, call in arrears are there, take interest from them due to that delay. Now he is paying the advance means the amount is in company's account. Okay, so in that you have to pay for that amount. Yes or no? These things has to be done. Then further, it depends on the company's articles which are been framed. Whatever you sign up under the Companies Act, in that articles it is how it is been framed. In that way you are going to proceed here. Then further see, a stipulation is generally made in the articles regarding the rate at which interest is payable. Now how much interest should be payable, in the articles it will be given, specified it is. However, if articles are silent on this account, the table F applicable which provides interest on call in advance for not exceed than 12%. अगर आपका आर्टिकल और आपके कंपनीज के आर्टिकल साइलेंट है और आपको इंटरेस्ट कितना भरना है वो पता नहीं, उसमें 12% से ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट ना दे. It should not exceed more than 12% of the interest. So this is what the certain condition in the table F it is given. What it is, which provides interest on call in advance at a rate not exceed than 12% per annum. मतलब इससे ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए, इतना ही. Okay, then let's see the journal entries regarding this. How we are going to show the interest for the call in advance, we are going to see now. See, here it is. The first journal entry says that for the payment of interest. First it is for payment of interest. For payment of interest, what will be the journal entry? It will be interest on call in advance. Interest on call in advance account debtor to bank account. To bank account. So this is what the first entry, interest paid to call in advance. This is what the journal entry. Okay, so in this way, interest on call in advance account debtor to bank account. Now as we know why we use this bank account every time, individual accounts will be opened for the shareholders, so in that they are going to pay the interest rate. Then further see, one more it is for interest due, means second one, 2 points are there. A, for interest due. What it is, interest on call account, call in advance account debtor to sundry shareholders account. Interest on call in advance account debtor to sundry shareholders account. So this is what the another entry. So here we can say that interest paid in advance, call in advance. So this will be the journal entry for interest due. It is what, interest on call in advance account debtor to sundry shareholders account. Now who has given this is the person, that is the person who is it is the shareholder is, so he will be paid in this way. So one more it is for second one for interest paid. One more B. It is on due and when it is paid. So it will be like sundry shareholders account debtor to bank account. So in this way the interest is been paid. First when it is due, it will be the this will be the journal entry. Interest account, interest on call account, call in advance account data to sundry shareholders account. Interest paid to call in advance. Now here it will be interest paid. How it is paid? Sundry shareholders account data to bank account. The interest whenever it has been paid, directly it goes to the bank account. In this way the journal entries are been framed here. Now straight away we will go for a first one of the problem here. We are having a small problem here. Even you all can make these problems. Why? Because just the same what till now we have done, only a single entry means last journal entry will be different, or else remaining will be the same as we are solved till now. Debit side, credit side. So let's see. See, I will read out the problem how it is. If you all are having the textbook, please check it out. Conic Limited registered with a authorized capital of rupees 2 lakh. The authorized capital is how much? 2 lakh rupees. The amount is been given here, rupees 2 lakh. Now let's see the shares. Now in 2000 shares of 100 each, 2000 shares of rupees 100 each. Okay, why we make this normally the information in the point, you know, so that we can calculate here and pass the journal entry as easiest as possible. Then further, issue subscription on 1000 shares. Now here they are having 2000, but they are issuing 1000 shares. 1000 shares are issued. So the calculation will go on this point. Then further, 1000 shares on application 25 rupees, rupees 25 on application. When they make the application, there will be 25 rupees. Then 30 rupees on allotment, rupees 30 allotment. See, whenever you will be solving the problems, if you make these points out, very easily you can go for the calculation part. Then further, 30 rupees. Then after that, for first call it is 20 rupees. First call. Now how much has been remained here now? Out of that 100 rupees, 25 are remained. That 25 will be balance one. What it has been told, I will read out here. 1000 rupees shares of 25 rupees on application, then 30 rupees on allotment and 20 rupees on first call, and balance as and when required. मतलब वो तीसरा, ये इसके बाद जो remaining amount है balance will be held here. Balance will be called later. This balance will be called later. मीन्स ओनली दिस एंट्रीज वी आर गोइंग टू पास हियर, इतने ही एंट्रीज हम लोग पास करेंगे, ये बैलेंस अमाउंट जो है वो बाद में वो कॉल करने वाले हैं. सी फर्दर, application money of 1000 shares were duly received and allotment was made to them. This whole amount was received plus this allotment was done fully. Then further, the allotment was not was fully what it is, the allotment amount was received in full, but when the first call was made, one shareholder failed to pay the amount of 100 shares. Now here 100 shares amount is due on first call. First call. See, keep in mind this 100 share, one of the person is holding 100 shares, that amount is due here. Then further, another shareholder with 50 shares and one more 50 shares amount due on this first call. Then means totally 150 shares amount is due. Then further shareholders, sorry, just a second, 100 shares amount and another 50 paid the entire amount on his shares. The company did not make any other call. Means what it is told here, see, one shareholder failed to pay 100 shares with 100 shares held by him, and another shareholders with 50 shares paid the entire amount. See here this 50 what is been told has paid entire amount, means whole amount. This is what due it is, amount due. This is what paid in advance, amount paid in advance. This 50 is paid in advance. This 50 is paid in advance. So we should not have this confusion here. This amount was due, this 50 shares amount is fully paid. He has paid whole amount. Okay, then what we have to do is give the necessary journal entries. Now let's pass the journal entries. The things are been present here. 100 shares are issued, so sorry, 1000 shares are issued. Okay, this point to be noticed. Then on the application it is fully paid, allotment fully is paid. Then in the first call 100 shares amount are due, it is not paid by one person. Then one person has paid 50 shares amount paid in advance. Now call in advance what we are dealing with, normal adjustment, it is 50 shares amount is paid in advance. That much only we have to understand the question. For understanding we make a small rough work here. So let's proceed with the workout. Now here first journal entry, how it is, bank account debtor to share application account. To share application account. For share application account, how much they have been called here? You can mention here, if it is equity share you can mention, or if it is preference share you can mention preference share also. In further problem we are having both shares, even equity and even the preference shares. So now till now I can mention here equity also, equity share application account. So how much is the amount? See, for 1000 it is 25 rupees. For 1000 into 25 means directly 25,000 it will be, correct? 25,000 is the amount. Check it out, huh? Directly I am taking this. So what it will be called? Money received on application. Money received on application of 1000 shares at how much rupees? At rupees 25 each. This is what the first entry on the application part. Now same will be forwarded to the share capital. Now share capital, this amount should be sent to share capital. Yes. So how we are going to pass the journal entry here? To equity. First it is whatever you have maintained up here, equity share capital, sorry, not share capital, equity application account data, then to share capital account. It is to equity share capital account. What is the amount here? Directly 25,000 only. This is what the amount 25. Then this is what transfer of application money to share capital. Transfer of application money to share capital. So this is what? 2 entries. Okay. Then further, now we got over the application. Now secondly, we are having the allotment. See, if we get disconnected, nearly 2-3 minutes I may get disconnected. So if possible, please try to complete this. Just last end point will be balance. If possible, I will tell you all in the next class that if we get disconnected, please try to complete this problem.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
next
sir.
one is first call account. See, after this what we are having? Sorry, allotment account. To equity share allotment. Equity share allotment account data. Equity share allotment account data to equity share capital. Share capital account. How much it is? 30 into 1000, 30,000 it will be straight away. Directly it comes to